Good morning. Welcome to Bellingham Unitarian Fellowship. I'm Reverend Paul Beckel. Welcome to those of you in this room, and welcome to those of you on Zoom. Today is our annual water communion ceremony, in which we celebrate the beauty and the power of water. Water which nourishes and refreshes us, and being essential to every plant and every creature on earth, connects us all. In a very real way, water reminds us that we are one. Today's service is participatory. That goes for you online and you kids, and for those of you who are here for the very first time. Oh, and the rest of you too. Above all else, Buff aspires to be inclusive, beloved community. So participation is not just welcome, it is vital. It makes us who we are. And with each new day, may that be one more.
Good morning. I'm Sue Livingston, a celebrant. We acknowledge and honor that we live within the life-giving waterways of the Lummi and Nooksack peoples, the Coast Salish, who have lived in deep communion with these rivers and seas and all the life within them from time immemorial. The rain and snow that fall and flow, rivers of nutrients to Pacific Ocean tidal currents, give life, spirit, inspiration. We light our flaming chalice, the symbol of our faith, to our shared responsibility with our Coast Salish neighbors to care for and protect these waters, the great sustainer of life. Please join me in saying our covenant. Love is the spirit of this fellowship, and service gives it life. Celebrating our diversity and joined by a quest for truth, we work for peace and honor all creation. This is our covenant. And now please rise as you are able and join us in singing hymn 1000, the first one in the Teal hymn book. Morning has come.
If there are any kids out there, we invite you to come on down for our children's focus. So you guys can have your own little water communion today. Now, so, have any of you ever drunk a glass of water? Figured that would be the case. How about, have any of you ever taken a bath? Oh, good. Good thing. And have you ever seen it rain so hard that you couldn't even stop yourself from running outside and dancing all over until the rain just knocks you down? Well, the rainy season is coming, so I hope that you have a chance to do that very soon. We live in a very wet place here. We have fresh water and salt water and glacier water, which is very good because we can't live without water, can we? So every once in a while, you might want to notice. Now listen, I want you to do this sometimes. Just notice, if you ever have a little bit of water on your hand, or you see some in the grass, or in the glass that you're about to drink, just stop for a second and say thank you. Say thank you for the water. So right now, I want you to think about one of these times that you've touched water, or water has touched you. And I want, hang on just a second. So think about what that means to you. And I'm going to invite you now to pour a little water in this bowl. And I see a couple of people have brought their own water. So what I'm going to ask is, would you share so that everybody will have a little bit of water to pour it? Wait just a second. So why don't you go ahead, take the caps off your water and set them right there. Okay. And then I'm going to ask you to, one at a time, come up and pour a little bit of water from one of these bottles into the bowl. And if you want, you can say, yeah, why don't you go ahead and fill those first? That'd be even better. Can you take your water and fill those up? No, go ahead and fill them all right now. And then when you pour your water, if you want, you can say one word here in this microphone. And the adults are going to do that later on. So all of this water that you're pouring is going to be going into the adults' bowl too. And so we'll remember that we are all connected by that water. So go ahead. Why don't you, each of you, one at a time, go ahead and pour a little bit of water into the bowl. And if you want, yeah, one. Okay. Like bubbling. Here, let me take that a second. Not all of it. Not all of it. Okay, someone else come up and take. Someone else and come up. Go ahead, come up and take a little bit and pour in the bowl. Pour it in this bowl. Yeah, whichever you want to pour it from, but it all goes in here. Good. Has everybody Aubrey, do you want to have a chance to pour a little water in the bowl? Okay, everybody? That's okay. That's okay. Perfect. Okay. Thank you, Marta. Anybody else? Everybody had a chance? Okay, we're going to sing you out so you can go to your classrooms. But later on, as I said, all of your waters. Oh, thank you. Right. Before you do, I am thrilled to introduce Liz Epperson, who's going to introduce herself. Go.
Really sure if they could make it up there without me. I just want to introduce myself. My name is Liz Epperson. I spell it with an S, but you just use the Z sound. I was 16 years old when I began teaching kindergarten Sunday school at my home church, the First Baptist Church in New London, New Hampshire. And I knew I wanted to be a teacher. We're going to skip all the other things I tried first, just to make sure I wanted to be a teacher. It was years later when I joined the South Valley Unitarian Universalist Society and got to work with my husband, Gabe, and Trista Emmer, who was the RE there. And she was amazing. A real force and a passion for making Sunday school fun, joyful, and meaningful for the kids in our congregation. And it was reflected in how much engagement we had and how much fun we had. Fast forward to now, I just wanted to say thank you for giving me this opportunity to live my dream of running this program. I have a lot of gratitude to the RE committee that I got to work with last year, got to know folks in the community, even though I wasn't able to come on Sundays very often. I wanted to say thank you to the long list of volunteers that Annie gave me when I started in August. To everyone who has welcomed me in this role so far, it's been a great first month. We even have we have 3 people all lined up to run our youth group this year. So just, you want to hear more about that, let me know. We're going to do popcorn theology, if you know what that is. If you don't, come find me.
No, tell them.
I want to thank Genia for getting Buff through some really tough times. I think all of us have got each other through some tough times, and she was able to build and grow the Sunday school, the OWL program, and the youth group to what it is today. And also to the families who come here and entrust Buff with their amazing children, and to the children who keep coming, and the new friends I know we'll be making this year. Email me at re@buff.org, or come find me, or give me a call, and I just thank you very much.
We hold you in our love. I also want to take this opportunity to have Ben Workman-Smith, our new choir director, introduce himself.
Any questions? My name is Ben Workman-Smith, and it is a pleasure to be here. I knew this place needed somebody because I was actually talking to Kevin about student teaching opportunities, and I wanted his advice as a person who has been to a couple of places that I was curious about. And then it was really funny because we were having coffee, and he goes, "You know, I am retiring." Which means the job for the Buff Choir Director will be opening. Do you want it? It was very silly. It was very silly. And I knew that he was being facetious. He was just wanting me to be a candidate for this job because we had worked in the choir of the Sailor Sea together and we had had so much fun. And I gotten to play drum and cello for them. And that choir had gotten me to meet a few people who are really special to me now. And I really enjoyed the way that Kevin directed and the type of community that Kevin built within his ensembles. And so when he, I don't know, it's not asking, it's like throwing a pancake of opportunity in my face. But when he slapped me with that pancake, I was like, man, that does sound like a lot of fun. And I've been doing community and worship-focused choirs for the last 7 years, pretty much since I came to Western as a cello student, funny enough. And I got my performance degree with cello at Western in 2022. I'm currently working on my master's in music education, set to finish in the whatever season March is in, you know, that one. And yeah, the like cusp of spring just after the equinox, the master's degree shall be mine. Yeah, and then after that, I really hope that I can do 10 years ish of teaching music at the Lummi Nation School, because that is the place where I'd really like to put my master's thesis into action. You can ask me more about that later. And then I'd love to get my doctorate in ethnomusicology, which is my bread and butter, in terms of how culture and music interact with each other. One of the things I'm really excited about for this choir is I get to facilitate some of those interactions. And I get to see how people might learn from these interactions, and I get to see how people might embody these interactions. And I get to see how the mingling of understanding gets to be passed around by a group of 40 vastly different personhoods and vastly different worldviews. This is a very exciting opportunity for me, and I hope that I can do this for a very long time.
We were blessed with multiple terrific applicants for both of these positions. So our hiring teams had a challenging task. And there was also some difficult decision-making in crafting the new job descriptions. So let's thank the choir director hiring team, Barbara Ellis Quinn, Melanie Reek, Ellie Friedlob, and Jane Ronka Washburn, and the religious education coordinator hiring team, Ann Stevenson, Annie Sorich, Anna Vickers, Bonnie Finney, and Stephanie Rains. And also the Human Resource Committee, who pulled it all together, Gail Tillis, Daria Haynes, Murray Bennett, and at the helm for over a decade now, Barbara Ellis Quinn. It's quite a team, quite a team. Maybe you don't know those 13 people yet, so you will have an opportunity to meet not just them, but all of these folks, including people who are here for the second time. I'm saying that because I want you to know that if you're here for the first time, it's not like all these other people who have been here for 8 years and know each other. All of us have someone to meet, and coffee hour is the perfect time to do that. So right after the service, go on downstairs and enjoy one another's company. On your way out, our fundraising team is always looking for new ways to initiate BUFF programs that will support beloved community within and beyond these walls. And also to put our wonderful spaces that we have to good use throughout the week. Beth Nyblade is at work figuring out if there would be sufficient interest in a monthly karaoke evening. So she would like as many of you as possible, and this includes those of you who are here for the very first time, to complete a survey. She's going to be at the back of the sanctuary handing out these surveys. If you do so, it does not commit you to participate. It's a gauge of interest to see if we want to spend money to get something like this going. So she's got blue surveys, and please grab one on the way out the door. Now, along with participation, financial support, and patience and kindness with one another, and the many ways that you carry our mission into the wider community. For all of these, thank you. And will the ushers come forward to receive our morning offering? Thank you, Melanie. I just had a revelation about how the well springs of every age of our lives continue to flow through us, whatever they may have been, because when you started playing that, I thought, oh, she's playing Hallelujah, sing to Jesus, his the scepter. I thought, oh, that's interesting. And then a few minutes later, I realized, oh, I might be recognizing this as Blue Boat Home, but I guess waters flow through us in different ways, always in new forms. Okay. Jet pig. Say it with me. Jet pig. I didn't hear you. Jet pig. Okay, you'll get there. Our Unitarian Universalist tradition draws upon wells of inspiration going back hundreds of years from Unitarian and Universalist congregations, which in the 1960s merged into a single stream into what we are today. Then in the 1980s, through an extended democratic process involving representation from our 1,000 plus congregations, the covenant among our congregations was recrafted into what we have since known as our principles and sources. As our lives flow on, of course, we gain new awareness of who we are. And we do some honest reflection around the question, how are we embodying our aspirations? Over time, then, we find that new poetry is needed. to help us engage with new realities. So over the past few years, representatives from our congregations, again, have been working together to draft a new form of expression for our fundamental Unitarian Universalist values. Which brings us to the symbolism on the cover of your order of service. This, we hope, is an easy-to-grasp depiction of several longer essays describing each of these values in greater depth. So we've been talking about this revisioning process for years, so it was no surprise that the final draft was approved this past summer at our National General Assembly. So this gives all of us who were never able to memorize the principles and sources another chance, which brings us to JETPIG. Justice, equity, transformation, pluralism, interdependence, and generosity. And water communion. Because we are interdependent but self-governing congregations, we all celebrate the seasons of the year and the changing seasons of our lives in different ways. Water communion rituals take many different forms in different times and places, but the theme of connection is essential. Water reminds us that we are one. And the communion celebrates our many different lives, different struggles, joys, hopes, and worries. Some of you brought water with you today, but if you didn't, we have what you need here in these little carafes and pitchers if those run out, which is just fine. We've got plenty of water. In a few minutes, I will invite you to come up and pour a bit of water into one of these 6 vessels. The one that most closely resonates with you right now. We'll do this in 6 parts. After our interlude, I will call upon the waters of transformation. That's this purple one on the left. And at that time, if transformation is what best resonates with you this morning, please come up and pour a little bit of water in that vessel. Then that's the one on your far right. So come up, line up along the wall, but actually don't on the wall, line up on that side, but come all the way up here. So we have a continuous stream, no hesitating between people. Very serious about this because we have about 120 people here. So please just keep going one after another. Put in your drop or splash, whatever, of water. And then if you wish, just pass behind, not if you wish, everybody, please pass behind there. And if you wish, when you're passing that microphone, say your one word, your crystal distilled essence of your water. And I'm serious, please, one word into that microphone, and then proceed around that way. So, after transformation, I will call on the waters of pluralism, and then generosity. You'll see these are all marked. And then justice, interdependence, and equity. You don't have to remember the order. I'll make it clear as we go. And again, I hope that those of you who have not participated in water communion before will feel comfortable doing so today, including those of you on Zoom. If you are on Zoom, please type your word and the corresponding value, and if you like, your name, and we will pour and speak for you. So we'll be doing all of these 6, and then we'll do the Zoomers. So go ahead and type in the value and the word that resonates with you, connects those values to the water, and if you want, your name. So finally, at the end of the service, we will be merging all of these waters, including the children's water, into this bowl labeled love. So that one's covered up for now because we're going to do that later. But if you can't remember or you can't quite figure out what you want to do, just come. This is not meant to be perfect. If there's a little bit splashing here and there, that's just fine. So, Sue.
The first time I snorkeled was in an ocean cove rich with sea life. Kelp beds, anemone, schools of fish, caverns, and it was on a full moon night. Entering the water at any time is a transformative experience. The darkness and moonlight magnified the ocean's mystery, tidal motion, and vastness below and all around me. And that was the inspiration for this piece called Moonlit Dive.
Wow, Sue. And by the way, thank you for the way you described it too, because I definitely was getting into just as if I was looking below and seeing the gentleness and the majesty below, and then looking up at the moonlight and seeing the gentleness and the majesty there, and looking all around and really being immersed in that. Thank you. So I might have been a little harsh a minute ago when I said, keep it moving, keep it moving. So I don't want anybody to feel rushed. But, just keep it moving. Yeah. No, seriously, there's balance there. And those of you on Zoom, again, we'll do all of these here in the sanctuary. So you can start typing into chat right now your preferred value and the corresponding word and your name if you wish. And then, but you'll have a few minutes because we'll do yours all at the end. So we're going to do these one at a time. In here, transformation, pluralism, generosity, justice, interdependence, equity. And if you can't decide, just come. The waters of transformation. These are waters of becoming, self-awareness, willingness to be changed, and trust that the experience of change invites us to new depths. Now bring forth the waters of transformation. We'll let them do it. And it'd probably be easiest if you pour and then pass behind. And then if you wish, go ahead and speak there.
Healing.
Peace.
Hope. Transformation. Light.
Release. Loving patience and transformation.
Sources. Acceptance.
Growth.
Transformation.
Reformation.
Hope.
Joy.
Declination.
Tenderness.
Readjusting.
Restoration.
Resilience. Change. Hopeful.
Serenity.
Glacier.
Yeah.
Sunrise. Courage and strength.
Compassion.
Justice. Gratitude. Change.
Equity.
Acceptance.
Tears. trust, connection,
dancing,
unity,
learning, joy, loving kindness,
hope, empathy,
family,
generosity,
sustaining, stillness,
our planet,
Waters of pluralism. These are waters of accepting one another and at the same time being true to ourselves. Waters that shine through the mosaic of unity in our diversity. Bring forth the waters of pluralism.
interbeing,
English, Irish, Scotch, Italian, German, Jew, Dutch, Welsh, Danish, American, and maybe some black.
inclusion, together,
So I think this is working fine going in front, but as we move to the ones that are closer to me, it's going to be a lot easier to reach if you go around back. But whatever. Waters of generosity. These waters may be tears. They may represent any passage through a sense of scarcity and loss toward a breakthrough into a new sense of fullness. Bring forth the waters of generosity.
intention,
salmon,
caring, hope,
Compassion. Family.
Waters of justice. These too may be your tears, or waters of bewilderment, a crying out of why, and determination, ferocious clarity. Bring forth the waters of justice.
Fairness.
Kamala.
Equality before the law.
Waters of interdependence, solidarity, mutual appreciation, joyful commitment to connect each to each. Bring forth the waters of interdependence.
Puppy's compassion, kitty's wisdom.
Connection.
Situation.
Homes.
Team.
Earth family.
And removal of the pouring vessels.
Grandbabies. Life sustaining. Connection. Kindness. Mountain streams.
Chosen family.
Waters of equity. These are swirling waters that strip away from us any expectation of privilege, cleansing us of every illusion of separateness. Bring forth the waters of equity.
hopeful for our country.
Advocate. Chill.
Prepare.
Karen, now for the ones from Zoom. Karen Fitzgerald says, to all my friends, thank you so much for the lovely card you sent to me yesterday. She's been in the hospital for a bad fall. How I would love to be singing We Are One with you this morning. But alas, it's not to be. I've got a couple more months of healing to do. Visits are always welcome. I'm recuperating at Christian Healthcare Center in Linden. Love to all of you, Karen. And maybe all of us. Barbara Ellis Quinn. Hugs to you, Karen. I am also zooming in today because I am having hip trouble that is keeping me from standing for more than a few minutes at a time. When I'm well enough, Ron and I would love to come visit you. Transformation, healing, transformation, faith. Harriet says resilience. Transformation, siblings. Interdependence. Place learning to help others and learning to ask for help. These are the waters of our lives. Be they trickling or crashing, ebbing or rising, may we see our own reflection in these waters. May we see that we are one, that we are love. and pouring it into the waterfall at Whatcom Creek, where we pour all of our flowers for flower communions, and where we've poured this before. So you now, please go take the spirit of these mingled waters with you and give love to all you meet. And let's circle around for freedom. Let's make sure we have an inner circle as well. Why don't you guys make the inner circle?